Okay, this is part 3 of the rising tensions between China and the United States. Our allies, this is China. They have de facto control over the South China Sea. They've built islands here. They've dredged up sand and built islands. They've militarized them with precision-guided missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-air missiles. They're upgrading their submarine fleet. They're modernizing. They have 3 aircraft carriers in the works. They're our threat, United States. Up until, well, we still do. This is Japan right here. Let me pull this over a little bit. This is Japan. That's our ally. We have 50,000 troops there. South Korea, that's our ally. We have 30,000 troops there. Taiwan, I don't know if we would get their back or not. The Philippines, we have thousands of special operations troops there that a lot of people don't know about. Al-Qaeda, guys who planned 9/11, a lot of them are based in the Philippines. Look it up. Papua New Guinea, we're opening up a new air and naval base with Australia and Japan, the United States. We got our boys down here, our white crackers in Australia, wielding knives, scaring people in the Vietnam War. I got some stories. But we're talking about a quad alliance. It's been floating in the think tank circles. It would be Japan, India. India and the Chinese hate each other. My boy Depender down at the pharmacy, I asked him, yo, there's a war with China, and he's very intelligent. Because he's right out the boat, Indian. If there was a war with China, do you think India would help us? And he was like, shit, yes, man. We freaking don't like them. They have race issues, they have territory issues. So it would be Japan, India, Australia down here, and the United States. Along with our allies. Like I said, number one, you have to deal with our naval power. Look up A2, D2 strategy. It's a defensive strategy being deployed by the Chinese to keep our air power and our naval power as far away from their coast as possible. That's why they're building stuff all the way down here, so that they can target even Guam all the way over here. So in Papua New Guinea, in this new air and naval base, if the Chinese were to officially do some kind of a blitz or some kind of an island grab, say from Taiwan, Vietnam, because they have claims over this, the Philippines have claims over this. If they suddenly did a blitz and they started grabbing up territory, we could scoop up through here and we wouldn't be blocked out. We could scoop up through here, through Indonesia. From Australia, we recently began rotating contingents of Marines on a yearly basis in northern Australia. I'm sure they have amphibious assault capabilities and a Marine Expeditionary Force, and Marine Expeditionary Unit, a MEU, an MEU. That's why naval power and air power are so important, because any war with China is going to involve a giant naval war akin to what we fought when we fought Japan in World War II, and we had all those naval battles, you know, the Coral Sea and all that, South Pacific. It's going to be on par with that, except with 21st century technology, so it's going to be really bad. Russia is a wild card. Russia, at the same time, if China were to do a blitz and break out, Russia could do the same thing over here. Now we're fighting a war here. We're fighting a war here. Our doctrine after World War II, the United States, was that we need to have a military that's capable of fighting 2 total wars at 2 different positions on the globe, which is what we literally did, which is pretty badass. We fought World War II in Europe, won, total war. The Soviets did most of the fight, and they got ripped up. And then at the same time, literally, in the early 40s, we're fighting Japan all through these islands. Okinawa, taking stuff. The Philippines, you know, because the Japanese in World War II were poised to take Australia. So, I mean, we were island hopping. We had naval battles, the Battle of Midway. So any kind of conflict is going to look like that. But like I said, with brand new technology, drones, artificial intelligence, things like that. And again, the wild card is an issue, because if there's, right now, General James Mattis, our Secretary of Defense, said that because of our counterinsurgency efforts in Afghanistan and in Iraq, and now in Syria, we have a military that's not prepared to fight a near-peer competitor like China or Russia. So our strategic posture is that our military is going to be, as of right now, we are capable, according to our experts at the Pentagon, of fighting a total war in one spot of the globe and deterring an enemy at a second spot on the globe. You used to be fighting 2 total wars at the same time across the globe. Now it's fighting 1 war, and let's say there's a war here, total war. We said, look, our military only has the capabilities to fight 1 total war and to try to beef ourselves up enough here to keep anyone from taking advantage of the fact that our troops are busy over here. We tried to deter. So our military capabilities have declined in that sense. People talk about just being stretched thin. That's true. But General Mattis, John Bolton, his boys, the National Security Advisor, Pompeo, General Mattis and his other generals, they've been helping out a lot, drawing out a plan. That's where the Papua New Guinea Air and Naval Base came from. So that's part 3 of the South China Sea dispute. A flash war could begin any day between the United States and China, or the United States and Russia. I doubt the latter. So we'll see. And this here, I got my critter defense. Because I live in freaking Miami. It's a swamp. It's awful here.